Fox News alert now. In less than 2 hours, 13 families may finally be reunited with hostages held by Hamas terrorists as part of the deal of a 4-day ceasefire, which is now in effect, but not after intense fighting, as Israel vows the war against brutal Hamas terrorists is far from over. Fox News senior strategic analyst, retired 4-star General Jack Keane joins us now. General, you're obviously happy about the hostages getting out, but it's very troublesome time for Israel. In what respect?
Yeah, very much so. Look, it's absolutely compelling, you know, for the national government to get these hostages back for all the obvious reasons. And that will always be the case. But Hamas knew this from the outset. This is the first time they've ever attacked civilians en masse, which they did on October 7th, and the first time they've ever taken this number of hostages. And why have they done that? They've done that because at the end of the day, they're going to use hostages to preserve their regime and to preserve as much of their fighters and military infrastructure as possible. And if they're able to achieve that, that will be a strategic defeat for Israel, despite all the physical destruction you see in northern Gaza and what will eventually take place. Much of the war that Israel is fighting is ahead of them. Hamas has delayed, not defended in northern Gaza. Most of their leaders and troops have now moved to the south. And certainly the ceasefires play to their advantage as well. They don't want to get anybody confused here. Getting the hostage out is a primary mission for the Israeli government and for our government as well, and it should always remain so. But it does have its impact on Israel's military campaign, to be sure. We estimate that of the 25,000 Hamas fighters that they probably have somewhere a little south of 20,000 still left, because they're doing everything they can to preserve that force. So there's much ahead for the Israelis if the mission will stay the same, which I think it should, to dismantle the Hamas terrorist and military network and change the government out.
They are moving south. That's one thing is pretty clear. They made it known they're going to start moving south, and they have to. From what you can ascertain, General, is there a way to for Hamas to get replenished, rearmed, to sneak out, to get out of the country, or get out of Gaza?
Well, certainly there's ways for them to get out if they truly want to get out. But that's not who they are. I mean, we got to understand who these guys are. This isn't about getting away. This is about killing as many Israelis as they possibly can. They want to hand the Israelis a strategic defeat, to weaken Israel and to weaken the government so much so that that government will likely have to change. They've already won a propaganda information war victory with the widespread international condemnation of Israel because of the violence of the operation taking place against Hamas, and they're holding the population in place. Once again, so our audience understands, the only precedent, this is completely precedent breaking. Urban warfare is normally fought where most of the people are gone just prior to the artillery arriving, and certainly the troops. This is unprecedented to have this many tens of thousands of people still in residence, and the war is taking place in their neighborhood. And Hamas has created that as an objective to get the kind of international widespread condemnation that they have achieved because of the civilians that are being killed, and they are the cause of it. It's really diabolical, sinister on the part of supposedly the government of Gaza, who they represent, in not only not protecting their people, serving their people up as casualties.
And that's
absolutely outrageous.
It is. The question is, after those 5 days, if they say, how would you like another 13? Does Netanyahu says, forget it, we're fighting again? Or does he say, give me the 13? I got you another 10. I got you another 10. And the longer it drags out, it's going to be hard to get back on that war footing because of public opinion. And that's where we're at right now. So fascinating time, General. Thanks so much.
Yeah, great. You guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend.